Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Thank you for making time for this impromptu interview. Could you help me introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, my name is Iorapuuu. I'm a professor of community organizing and theatre for development, and currently the vice chancellor, Benue State University.
Fantastic. And how did you progress from theatre to being vice chancellor? Would love to hear your career journey.
Wow, that sounds like a long story.
Yeah.
But I think the summary of it is knowing what you want to do and how you want to go about doing it.
Yeah.
And keeping focus, because many people just think that theater is about acting or making films or writing and all of that, but there's a lot that theater does with people, and that's the aspect called development theater.
Okay.
And if you do a combination of that with community organizing, working with communities, helping communities, helping to conscientize, raise awareness over certain issues, what you may want to call popular education among people, that helps people become liberated to be able to do things for themselves, by themselves, and to also interrogate systems and structures that are causing, if you like, structural imbalances in the society. And what the theater does beyond that is also helping communities to become aware of basic things. It could be health issues, it could be social issues, and it could be political issues. So this aspect of theater, the sociology of it, it's that which helps one to interrogate society and get society to do what it's supposed to do, especially those structures of violence that we find in our society in everywhere. And in terms of progression, yes, I began as a graduate. I started very well. As a matter of fact, the aspect of theater in me started in primary school when one of my professors today in theater thought that I had this skills. I thought I was going to be more or less a footballer or something like that, or a basketball player. And but then that led me to reading theater at the University of Jos, and then master's and PhD. But fundamentally, as I grew up in the field, in the discipline, I found myself working more as a development communication expert with international agencies like UNICEF, the UN, and then eventually got a grant from the MacArthur Foundation to do something on adolescent reproductive health, and that found me working closer with younger people. And that is why today, even as a result of that, I have an NGO that focuses on young people, and it's a mentoring ground where now it's being run by these young people. Since I've been away, I'm no longer a youth, so I've mentored enough people to run it, and they're running it very well. So looking at that again, what the theater does is to attempt to discipline you, because you do things when others are sleeping. In other words, you're rehearsing when people are sleeping. You're directing, you're shooting film, you're doing things when it's quiet everywhere, others are sleeping. So the theater disciplines you to work at odd hours, the times you don't expect or people don't expect you to be working, you are doing that. And so if you bring that discipline into leadership, you are in a better position to get yourself organized, to do things, to manage people, to manage systems, to manage resources, and be able to organize people to refocus, to have a new purpose in things that people want to do. So that has come a long way in me, because I grew up in the university, from being a graduate assistant to exam officer to department, being coordinator of programs, being head of department, being dean, and being a member of the University Council of the University of Jos. And then now I'm here as a vice chancellor.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And what's your vision for BSU? I know you're celebrating 30 years this year.
Yeah. We'll be celebrating, interestingly, we'll be celebrating 30 years this year. And we hope to celebrate it in a way that people will get involved, even those of you in the diaspora. If you are able to participate, it will be really nice. But fundamentally, we want to tell our story from day one. When Adasu started this university, nobody gave that university a chance. And that happened to be the first state-owned university in northern Nigeria, so to say. And today, almost every state has got its own university. So what story do we have to tell 30 years plus? So we intend to celebrate that. We have multiple convocations that we've not had for a couple of years now. So we'll be doing a combined convocation for our graduates. But we want to also celebrate the fact that in 30 years, the university has produced great scholars, great minds, some of them in Nigeria, great attorney guys. You have senior advocates of Nigeria. 12 students from that university have become senior advocates of Nigeria. And we think that's a huge achievement. Beyond that, there are many that are doing very well in the area of academia, research. So I think that we have every reason. And then if you look at the manpower in Benue State today, you discover that most of the manpower are products of the university. And globally too, our students have justified the purpose of that university. But what we need to do is to also elevate the university beyond where it is now because of the competition. You know, when it was just BSU, yes, but now almost every state has own a university. So we need to be unique. We need to do something that is known to us, unique about us, that anywhere any person wants to talk about BSU, he will say, for this, go to BSU. And we want to definitely ensure that our purpose is achieved with the support of students, with the support of parents, with the support of government, with the support of the indigents of the state and other beneficiaries, and also people who are interested in supporting research, whether they are from Benue State or not, which explains why we're UK,
yes,
speaking to some of our partners and opening new opportunities for partnership and networking.
Fantastic. So last question, because I know you came here for primarily CEFTER, so the Center for Food Technology and Research. And what's your vision for the center? Were you happy with the outcomes of the trip so far?
For me, CEFTER is the new voice for BSU. And let me say this very quickly, because not every state university had the opportunity of winning this grant to start a center of excellence. Not even every federal university. Some federal universities that got it were taken away. And even after the first exercise, many universities still lost and BSU got it. So for me, CEFTER is the baby that BSU we cannot joke with. And for us, CEFTER will be the platform for refocusing the purpose of BSU and ensuring that it gives BSU not just that visibility in terms of research, in terms of uniqueness, in terms of doing something new, but competitively, even among state universities, it will turn out to be the best, and even among other federal universities that don't have what CEFTER has now. So CEFTER is one of the biggest achievements of BSU in the last 30 years. And we think that if we keep our focus, if we're purposeful about it, and if we're organized, transparent, and disciplined in all that we do, CEFTER will become the new place and the new voice for BSU. And so my vision is to keep it functional and not just to sit there and celebrate that, oh, we got a grant. No, we need to be sustainable. We need to get more grants. We need to do more research. Coming here alone, we're going back to also start food safety, a course in food safety, because our conversation yesterday suggests that if we start that, we could, at Leeds, School of Food Science at Leeds, suggests that if we begin that program, we could also be having partnership as quickly as possible. And as you know, post-harvest losses for Benue State is key. And with what we are hoping to do as CEFTER, we are most likely we're already negotiating with government to give us a space, one of the abandoned spaces called ADC, so that we can start this program there and begin a School of Agriculture there. So for us, there are so many things we intend to use CEFTER to do, and hopefully we are focused about this and we'll do it.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.